Hello everybody, we're here in round 2, and unlike last time, we aren't against somebody else in our clan, but that's fine because we have a 2-drop, a 3-drop, some removal, some ramp, and fixing. We have it all covered, so we will be keeping this. And we are again on the draw. Said Scorpion turn 1. Fair enough. Do we have the Bile Blight? It's more likely we draw Swamp and have the Bile Blight than that we draw the 1 double green card. So I'm going to lead with the Swamp. Because if he goes Swamp, or if he goes anything that's a really good 2-drop, we might want to just Bile Blight it off the board. Alright, he didn't have anything. Let's put out the Grove Dancer, and we will offer the trade. Because then he won't attack us because that's crazy of him to do. And then we will attack him, and we will see what he reacts with. Because you might just want to take the trade now, get the board cleared off a little bit. Yeah. Which is probably not the wrong play. But I'm going to play out my Nyx Weaver and start pseudo drawing cards. Next turn I'll probably Market Festival for a turn 5 Vulpine Goliath. Alright. Really want to swamp here. Swamp? Don't mill swamp. Nice. Alright. So now as soon as he tries to go monstrous with that, we're just going to Bile Blight it. But in the meantime, we'll just pass the turn, because it doesn't really make sense to play out anything at the moment with him being able to go monstrous. And I would hope that he would attempt to go monstrous so we can get him with the Bile Blight. We mill, we get a forest, we can play Chromanticore very, very, very soon. I think we just play, I really wanted to hit a swamp there though. I think we just play the forest and then, again, we just pass the turn. There's nothing, I mean, we attack, but then we pass the turn. And hope that he tries to end a turn, monstrous it. For those of you wondering why I didn't do it, he had 2 open blue mana. And if I did try to Bile Blight, I was afraid that he might have something at that point, and I would just get destroyed. Alright. In response, it dies. So the next turn, we play out Market Festival. No, you can gain your life, sir. We're just going to auto yield to that. Alright. Nessian Game Warden is in the bin. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. So we're probably going to use the Nyx Weaver. We're probably going to block sack. So we want to probably leave open a green, because we have more green than not green. So let's tap our lands. Target that. And then we'll just pass the turn. And then if he attacks, we'll block and get rid of it for maybe the Game Warden, maybe the Bile Blight. Yeah, he's doing the smart thing and not showing us anything, so. Black and red. Actually, we really do need that mountain to cast Chromanticore. How badly do we want Chromanticore? The answer is extremely badly. So I'm going to sack it and I'm going to get the mountain. That way we can go mountain, and then we can probably play out Vulpine Goliath, which blanks that for a turn. And then we can Chromanticore up the Vulpine Goliath, and that's kind of hard to beat. Alright, we'll exile you, and we'll get back... Yeah, I like the idea of just getting back the mountain. It's super greedy and probably not the right play, but I still like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make 3 mana here. So we can play with the Vulpine Goliath and a Swordwise Centaur. I like that. Green, black, 2, 3, 4. Vulpine Goliath. And then put out the Swordwise Centaur. That way if he has a way of dealing with one of the creatures, he can't deal with both of them, and we still have something to put Chromanticore on next turn, and it'll have haste, effectively, because it'll be an enchantment going onto a creature without Summoning Sickness. And he has a 100-handed one. It's a very good card. Kind of want the Asphyxiate back now, but you can't live in the past. Alright. He has nothing to do with a flyer. He does have up mana to counter the Chromanticore, but I mean 2, 4. Come on. Don't have it. Don't have it. This is too sweet a play for you to be able to counter it. Okay, well, I will accept that as a way you're going to counter it. Because I still get the Chromanticore. And it's still a 4/4. The issue is this can get reach if he hits planes. So I need to get one of my other bestow creatures to be able to be able to get around that. In the meantime, I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Really wanted a Chromanticore guy. Okay. If you attack with a snake, it's pretty telling. Still didn't hit another planes, so I'm going to be able to hit with the Chromanticore at least once. Unless he has another way of disrupting what's going on. Alright. He might have something that gives something reach and stuff. I don't know what he could have. Could have Cockatrace, but Cockatrace is a 4 toughness thing, I believe. And with Chromanticore having first strike, it means it does not care about your Cockatrace. And then I will replay the Vulpine Goliath. I'm not going to play the Fellhide Minotaur. I think having him worry about what I could have is better. Cetessan Tactics. Well, we all know how good that card is. We saw it in the last video when I used it to absolutely dismantle my opponent. So yeah. So that's good. Kind of wish I had the Fellhide Minotaur instead, but oh well. Ghostblade Eidolon? Really? Wow. So he gets to hit me for 8 here. And it's Vigilance. And it's double strike. Wow. Alright, Fellhide Minotaur. If this had Flash, I would be really happy right now. Or Instant Speed, I'd be really happy right now, but it doesn't. Oh, we got the Chromanticore this game, so that's fine, I guess. I guess I could like wait a turn and then Mischief and Mayhem attack. He has to block one of them. If we can get something else on the board, I guess. Like, I'm not super happy with taking 8 again and going to having him be able to kill me the next turn if I don't block, but he hasn't really been playing that many cards, so he might be stuck or something. Oh no, he just has a Horizon Scholar. Okay. Well, that makes it better. Scrying too. Top, bottom. Alright, so we found one card he likes. Yeah, and we just have... Yeah, we have an issue with land. If I go Mischief and Mayhem and attack, nothing happens. I can chump block this for a few turns, so we'll do that and see what happens. We are behind on the clock, so it's not the best thing to do, but... Alright, Voyaging Satyr means he can monstrous his handed one next turn. I'm going to pay for that all day, so I don't know why he even did that. No, that's not actually that bad. Yeah. Just put that in the way there. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Alright. You got me this time. So 3-color get there, I guess? I mean... Horizon Scholar. Do I not have the... Horizon Scholar? Oh no, it's only 1 blue. Sorry. I thought it was blue. Oh god. This guy's deck had cards in it. Really weird cards. I think we just run it back though. He wasn't playing black, so I don't need Dark Betrayal. Was our first round opponent playing black? If he was, I'm upside in sideboard and Dark Betrayal, but that was years ago. I don't remember what happened. He has a lot of really expensive cards too. I think maybe like Tormented Thoughts would be good, just to slap in front of him, or just slap down on a creature and get rid of a bunch of his stuff, but eh. What I like to play first? I would like to play first. This hand seems fantastic. I don't know why anyone would think this anything else, but this is a fantastic hand. Turn 3, Burnish Chart. Turn 4, crack it. Then next turn, play Nemesis. Next turn, equip your Chromanticore. What could go wrong? Also, playing out the forest, because I have something that's double green. I want to make sure that I can hit it if I draw it. I did not. Oh man, we could have had the natural. So close. Let's do that. And we'll pass the turn. All right. Let's just play out the Burnished Heart. Actually, we can't play Chromanticore because we don't have any planes in the deck. So the Burnished Heart's just going to thin our deck a little bit. Try to get us to our enchantments and stuff. Accelerate us into a turn 5 Nemesis Immortals. Which then we can equip up with the Erebos' Emissary. So we probably will get value out of Chromanticore this game. even if we don't end up hitting the stuff that we need. Oh, and he's just gonna exile it. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it happens. All right, I'm just gonna get some pressure on him if I can, just by attacking. We have a lot of stuff to do with a lot of mana, and I don't want to wait a turn or two and then not be able to, actually do anything. Sure, Course of Tides happens. I'll offer the trade. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll have something and destroy one of my mountain or my island after I play out my other cards, thinking I'm really close to getting the Chromatic Core going. Yeah, I'm perfectly willing to attack with the Emissary and then ditch Chromatic Core to kill the Course of Tides. If it comes down to it. Because that also lets us play out the Nemesis Immortals. Alright, so we didn't do it. So then I'll play out the Nyx Weaver. Oracle's Insight is scry and draw. Wow, so he's looking to go super late game. So I'd really like, well, I'd like to get a Bile Blight or something that can kill that. Because he's just going to sit here scrying a bunch. Whatever he saw on top of his deck he really liked, though. It's Oppressive Raise. Alright, it's annoying, but it's not the worst. So I mill 2. Sweet, Nyx Infusion. It's enchanted creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's an enchantment. That's not an enchantment. So I will go 1, 2, 3. So we got a little bit of value off of it, but it ended up being a 2 for 2 in the end. 1 mana short of being able to attack with the Emissary, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. We did get the Nylea's Presence in the bin, so that's something to consider. My God, man. This guy just has the greatest hits among these colors, I think. Alright. What do we hit? Swamp, Mischief, and Mayhem. Then we got a Force for our hand. So I'll block Sack to get the Nylea's Presence. I can go tap tap. If I hit a land, I guess I can do that. If I need to hit a land. If not, I have to do it now, but then I can't deal with the Arbiter at all. Alternatively, I guess I could run out... How many do I have in the bin? 1 creature. So this will cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I just pay the 3 on this and attack with it. I have 2 draw steps to hit a land. I can block Sack the Nyx Weaver, and this also lets me, if he does block, I can then discard the Vulpine Goliath. So let's attack with the... Oh wait, no, I can't do that, can I? Activated abilities cost 3 more. Well, I guess I can pay 6 mana and a card to kill an Arbiter of the Ideal, if he decides to do it, the block, because I have 6 mana out. Alright, declaring attackers. 1, 2, 3. There's no Phyrexian spell, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright. So I got in for 3 free damage. And then I pass. Yep, you get to attack. Yeah, I think the play is still to block sack to get the thing back, but Chromanticore is not even good against Arbiter of the Ideal. Like, it loses a fight one-on-one. And he's already shown that he has other large flyers and other things he can deal with my stuff with. Perhaps I just want to go like super big, but I guess I can do that anyways. Yeah. We'll block sack. I think I'm just going to play out like the Nemesis or the Vulpine Goliath, though, instead of the Chromanticore next turn. Because I really do need to bestow it to get full value. I mean, I guess if I wanted to, I could bestow on the Erebos' Emissary, but that just seems miserable. Oh, good. And he can just Monstrous it right now. God. Alright, well, we hit the land. Sadly, we no longer care about that as much. Alright. So we play the land, because it doesn't really matter. We can play the Presence. That taps 2. That leaves with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. We can play out the Nemesis Immortals, which can block the Fleecemane Lion for a turn. Given he doesn't have a trick. At which point, the next turn, we can go untap, Chromanticore, the Nemesis Immortals, hit him for 9 with lifelink, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample. So he has to hit something off of the untap of that. Or something, yeah. There's a lot of ways this can go bad, but I really don't think we have another way about it. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so we have enough for the Nemesis Immortals because we have the Nyxborn Eidolon. Let me just double check. Magic Online agrees with me. Yeah, it costs 5. So let's play that on that. Lets me draw a card. Alright. Play out the Nemesis. We'll pass. Like, I don't like the fact that he gets to do Arbiter of Ideal stuff, but alright, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. And, like, if he doesn't deal with our Nylea's Presence or Nemesis Immortals, and he instead goes for something else, we can just Chromanticore up and it could be pretty big. Alright, so he's not even going to bother attacking with the Fleecemane Lion. I know he has it. Like, I know he has the counterspell, and he's just going to get me as soon as I try to go for it. But I don't have a choice right now. Wow. He didn't have it. Alright, well, he has it something like right now. Supply land cranes is actually enough. It doesn't let me, it doesn't save his life, but it does prolong the game. It makes it so that I can't just swing and attack and kill him. Although I guess he could have just left back the Arbiter and got that anyways. But, alright, he's got 2 cards in hand. 100-handed one doesn't get there. Alright. Well, I guess I just attack with the Nemesis. I can even attack with the Erebos' Emissary and force him to block it on something. Because if not, I can just ditch the Voyaging Satyr and win the game on the back of that. And he's forced to block this here. So if he blocks this on there, whatever, it dies. If he blocks this on here, I pump. If he blocks this on here, I pump. Sure, I'll attack with both. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I still will have enough to play out the Vulpine Goliath. So, okay. Pay my mana. Alright. At this point, I don't care. That happens. He goes to 2. I go to 1,000,000,000. Whoops. So that's 2 trample damage, which is really good against these 2 cards, because he can't block with one of them on it. So, because if he did that, he'd still take the 2. You could Monstrous 100-handed one, which will make it into a 8 power or 8 toughness thing, which means you could block that on that, and then you have to double block the Vulpine Goliath. He'd take 1, but he'd also lose his 100-handed one. Yeah, okay, good. He saw the line that I also saw that involved him dying. Oh, God. Yeah, let's just submit it, run it back. Try to win game 3 quickly. Oh, God, it's decks like his that makes me think. Like, if I had the decks that I like playing, which are the super hyper-aggressive, like 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, and then someone's dead at that point, it's either me because you stabilized with a 4/4, or it's you because I did 20 damage in 4 turns. One way or another, those are the decks I like. And that kind of deck I think would destroy his. I think this is actually a fine keep because it's really slow, but his deck also seems slow, so I would not like to mulligan. I'll also be gratuitously using the F6 button. Probably should have led with the forest so I can go forest in case I hit the 2-drop. Alright, didn't matter. I'm going to save that for Vulpine Goliath or Game Warden or whatever, but apparently we didn't have anything ever. Alright, I'll play out the forest, and I'll attempt to draw a card off of the Game Warden. Voyaging Satyr, Grove Dancer, or Dryads? I think I would prefer the Dryads of the group. Right? Yeah. And this is when he starts his parade of 6 drops. Ugh, and perfect mana naturally. God, this guy. All right. I think I'll just attack with the Game Warden, and if he blocks, I'll Nyx Infusion. All right, he didn't block. Full Pine Goliath. He has 10 power coming at him next turn. Let's see what he has. That doesn't actually help him at all. I think I play the Baleful Eidolon on the Vulpine Goliath. That way I get a bunch of extra damage through. Do I have enough for both? That's 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't have enough for both. So I can either play that. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. But then I'm only attacking with the Vulpine Goliath this turn if I do that. I guess that's fine. I know what you're screaming. Play the Anilia's Presence first, because you're going to play it anyways. But, oh well. Alright, you bounce a thing. I still get a 1-1, I guess. I mean, his Attraction Helixes have been at very good times, and it's especially good because he has the Arbiter of the Ideal. I think next turn I'll just go Dryad's Nyx Infusion to kill that. Alright, it's just an island. I can live with him getting an island for free. Oh my god. So I'm just dead next turn? Really? Wow. I don't have like a sack outlet or anything to do with Dictate. I can do 5, 6, 7. Like, I needed to be able to play Chromanticore this turn. And there's no way that I can physically in my deck. I mean, let's give it a shot. See if I draw something off of this. Nope. I needed the Nyx Weaver, I guess, to block. Wow. Well, that's a pretty terrible way to go out, if I do say. Because that's going to be 4, even if we Nyx Infusion that. It doesn't matter. I don't think... None of our creatures died, so Dictate didn't do anything. We couldn't get Chromanticore online. Even if we did take the tap untap guy instead of the Oakheart Dryads, we could have played him last turn, and then we could have done stuff and blah blah. But we could have made 4 colors of mana. We wouldn't have been able to get the 5th. We would have had to draw the 5th. Oh god, that's a terrible way to go. Yeah, I don't see a line. Well, we can attack with both, and maybe he'll do something stupid and just be like, haha, I untap my guy, and I can be like, oh, well, I get to Dictate of Erebos or something, but no luck. I'm not even going to bother using the Nixon Fusion at this point. Man. Yeah. When you can't deal with flyers and you run into a deck like this, it's brutal. Especially when they go Ghostblade Eidolon, their Arbiter of the Ideal. And you just dome you for a billion. Why wouldn't you attack with both? Don't have any blockers. I mean, no, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to say okay. Jeez. That was one of those games where, like, if you didn't have that, like if I had Weight of the Underworld, like one turn sooner, I could have went Nixon Fusion, Weight of the Underworld. That completely neuters the card. It becomes a 0, some X, where X doesn't matter. And then I could have attacked to get him down to that. That would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. The next turn. So, like, if this forest wasn't here, then the next turn I could have went Oakheart Dryads, and then bestow the Nyxborn Eidolon onto something. And if he did attack and got greedy, then he would have died. Given he could have 2 non-land cards in his hand, and he could have played either one of them and messed that whole series up. But, yeah. Oh well, though. It was a good run. We got to play Chromanticore a couple times, which was really cool. We won a match with it. Yeah. So I'm going to go get a modern deck, play some spoiler-free content for you guys, and yeah. I'll see you guys in quote-unquote round 3.